Mate! It's like, oh. This has just come up, 5 hours ago, but I've only just seen it. Madeleine McCann's parents defeated in 13-year battle with police officer. So basically, they tried to sue Gonçalo Amaral. I'm sorry if his name is pronounced Gonçalo. I don't know. I'm not Portuguese, right? So I call him Gonçalo, like, I don't know, right? But he's basically said that they have something to do with their daughter's death, right? Because he's a police officer, and he originally, they got him kicked off the case. But basically he was saying that there's no way that these people can't know what happened to that child, right? Because that is where every little bit of evidence in the Portuguese police files leads, right? And when you get really damn deep and dirty in it, it's nefarious. I'm not going into them. I'm not going into what I think happened or anything like that. But basically, these people, they destroyed his life for as far as they possibly could, until it all came down to the legal repercussions of going through court and this, that and the other. They did everything in their power to ruin that man's life. They lost him his career. They literally wanted all of his money. It was vile what these people, and I use the term loosely because I don't like either of the fuckers. I'm sorry, but I'm entitled to my opinion, right? Disclaimer, my thoughts and opinions. Should have done that at the beginning. Also, I swear. Anyway, right? So they have literally gone out of their way. They paid the money. Little children, little kiddies gave their pocket money. Old age pensioners gave their fucking pension to this fund, and they took that money, and yes, they spent some of it on their mortgage. Let's not have a dig at them about that, right? This is old news. But they spent a lot of that money suing anybody who said they had out to do with it, right? And they now have been, it's like done and dusted, mate. They've taken it, and it's gone to the Court of Human Rights. Is that what it's called? The Court of Human Rights have said, no, you're wrong, right? So they've walked away. But how, right? So what does this tell you? It tells you that the guy saying that they're responsible is the one who won. And the bullies who tried to shut him the fuck up are in the wrong. Right? It's like, well, why does the general British public not want these people behind bars? Because in my personal opinion, just me, personal opinion, that's where they should be, right? Right? For a start off, no, I'm going to say it as a side note, right? She went back, found out her daughter were missing, ran back to her mates. Whoa, excuse me, she's been taken. They've come and taken my daughter. Left her other 2 kids in the same fucking flat. Literally, you imagine you go back to your 3 kids and one of them's missing. Would you leave the other 2 in the fucking flat on themselves and go off garnering sympathy for you? No. Sod it, right? So they've lost. So the European, the European Court of Human Rights has said, this guy is telling the truth. These people aren't. Which tells you whether you should trust the police officer or the McCanns, right? The McCanns who fucking, how many people have they accused? Latest one is some bloody pedo. Well, he ain't even pedo. I think he's in prison for mugging an old lady or raping an old lady or something like that. Nothing to do with paedophilia. Don't quote me. I think that's what he's in prison for. He may be a raging pedo with a taste for old uns. Eclectic. I shouldn't laugh. Like, any crime is bad, right? But it's like, right, okay, so they've spent all of this money that little children have given up their pocket money and old people have given up their pension, and they've spent it on court cases, libel battles, like literally all of this, which is fine, because British people, we just take it. If it's in the news, we just fucking listen to it, whether it makes sense or not. For now, please let it just be for now. Anyways, right, this is why nobody bloody questions it, and nobody will give a shit about this, because everybody was sick of hearing the McCanns and their fresh anguish and their fresh heartbreak and their fresh turmoil. It's like, literally, they've dug that fucking poor little girl up so many fucking times to make it fresh. It's like, no, she had been dead all this fucking personal opinion, strike that from the record. I couldn't possibly say that. I had to read them police files tonight. Anyways, right? Could have a dog's mate. Alright, anyways, this is why nobody will question this. Because the great British media started this article with the words, Madeleine McCann's parents have admitted defeat in their 13-year-old libel battle with a former police officer. Kate and Jerry McCann, who were from Rothley in Leicestershire, up the road from me, in the East Midlands, have abandoned their hope of fighting ex-cop Gonçalo Amaral over his book. The book falsely claimed they were the main culprits in their daughter's disappearance. How can they say that? How can the media say the book falsely claimed he's the police? You, as the media, and on the side of the McCanns, because we all know that it's a house of cards that they're fucking holding up, mate, that goes very, very high. There's a reason that they spent the night on the phone to Gordon Brown, rather than going out looking for their child. It's a house of cards. And please let this mean that somebody just got to and have it over, because it's ridiculous. It goes way much fucking higher than the McCanns. They are protected. I'm doing it again. I'm just saying, and I'm going to leave it. Thank you to the European Court of Human Rights for getting to the truth that, yes, ultimately, what this says is the European Court of Human Rights has said they cannot say that this man's wrong. This man is saying they know what happened, and they, in a court of law, repeatedly, all the courts of law that they've taken it to have said, no, he's not wrong. I'm sorry. Now, they'll never see justice because they're protected from higher up. And we see that because the mainstream media says that what he said from his police investigation is false. Now, these people are being told, like all of the media get told, they get press releases and everybody says the same thing, right? They get the press releases from up there. This is just fact. My opinion of fact. Let me done with that, please. But they haven't done any investigative work. The mainstream media, these people who are saying that the book was falsely claimed that, haven't done a jot of research. The police officer that they're saying is a liar did. Now, if I were him, if I were Gonçalo Amaral, however you pronounce it, and in fact, if you know this man, put this to him. Like, literally, put it to him. If somebody wants to do it on his behalf, do that. It's been proven in a court of law repeatedly that he is not a liar. This media, and I bet you they're not the only media, this is MSN, Microsoft. Like, you bet that the BBC will be saying it, and everybody will be saying that he's false in that. Now, it's been proven in a court of law that he's not false. So if I were him, I'd sue the fucking lot on you, mate. Because it's another house of cards. The media are responsible for so much fucking propaganda, especially over the last 3 years, for something which I cannot speak about because my channel is on a strike. But literally, the lies coming out of the media are just going through the roof. They remain unchecked. So if I was got the GA, I'd have them all. I'd be like, no, you're lying about me. They have been proven in a court of law to be lying about me. You are promulgating that. You are carrying it on after they've been caught out. They've been told, no, you're lying about him. You are also lying about me. I'm going to have you too. I'd sue the fucking lot on him. I really just hope that he's got somebody in his corner who is connected to somebody to money, somebody to lawyers, or just a lawyer who works for free. Have them. Like, literally. Hashtag justice for Madeline. It's about bloody time. And but it's a step in the right direction. So go European Court of Human Rights. You did good.